I just got the RealRelax Favor 6 massage chair, and this box is really big. And if you're wondering how I took this top cover off, we actually had to tilt the whole massage chair to remove this, otherwise we would have to remove it outdoors. And one thing to note about when you get this is there's going to be a really big crate at the bottom. And in case you're extra curious about the length of this box, this is going to be 50 inches by 42 inches by 30 inches. So make sure your door is big enough to fit this through, because in order to fit it through this right here, we actually had to remove this part of the sliding door so it could just slide right in. Now, the original plan with this massage chair was to put it right over there, but it might be a little hard sliding it all the way over here. So the next best thing is to actually move the massage chair right in place of our exercise bike. So inside this plastic piece, we're gonna have this plastic holder, the power cord and accessories, and some user manuals. And then there's also this display to control everything. So there are wheels at the bottom of this foot part, but I don't think this is to move it, so I'll actually push this back here, and then I guess pull this out. Alright, so I got the massage chair in position, but when I took a look at the manual, apparently I have to put this a little bit further from the wall, and I'm guessing that's because this is going to recline even more back. So I just want to pull this a little bit more forward. I think that should be good enough. And then just plug everything in. And this is going to plug in from the back side here. And now going back to the front of the massage chair, there's going to be these two Velcro straps, and they don't attach here, and that's because there's going to be this piece of fabric, so this can just be pulled right off. And same thing on the other side. And this can stick in place. And top of that, there's also going to be this zipper here, so we could zip this together, so it's going to be nice and secure. There, just like that. And now it's time to attach the screen. But first things first, the LC holder is going to go right here, and there's actually going to be this rubber piece, so this can come right off. And this is going to expose the thread, so I could thread this right in. And then kind of adjust it depending on the angle that I want. So I'll actually face this a little bit more towards here. And then the screen fits right inside, so I can take this plastic right off. And there, it fits nicely in place. And on top of that, there's also going to be a screen protector here. So if you see, this isn't perfect, and then when I take it off, oh yeah, now it looks a lot cleaner looking. Oh yeah, and one more thing, on the back side, there is also going to be this button to turn it on. And there, now it's glowing. And now everything should be good to start, and I heard a beep here. So this is making a sound, and I think it's moving into place. And now the way to actually sit here, it's really important. We don't want to put our feet here, otherwise that's going to put unwanted pressure on the wheels and on this portion. So just kind of put the legs back and then just sit in like this. And there's also some space right over here on the side for the arms. But right now I'm feeling the movement in my back a little bit, and it looks like it got into place. Now time for the screen, so I could turn it right on. Oh, and it glowed, and I actually see a glow over here at the bottom too. Yeah, there's like a blue glow all around, so that looks really cool. And I'm currently going back and reclining back. All right, so I'm feeling it in my back, like basically everywhere in my back. And then as far as my legs go, I think I might be a little bit too tall, so I don't, oh wait. Oh, this actually can adjust. So if you see here, once I put my feet here, then I could put the feet down so it can adjust depending on my height. Yeah, I think that should be good. And here's my view from the side. Oh, and I don't know if you're noticing this, but right now this is squishing my arm. Oh, and now I feel it on my feet. It's like ticklish on my foot. Like little rollers, and I'm just feeling it on my feet. On, I don't know, on my calves a little bit, I think. Yeah, there's some stuff going on my calves, like a compression. And right now, compression on my arms too, or my arm. And then I'm massaging my back, so it's kind of vibrating a little bit. Oh yeah, it feels pretty good. Yeah, so nothing in my neck, but this is really relaxing. I can definitely see how this will be definitely good at the end of the day. And now I didn't mess with any of the settings currently, so I turned it on and it immediately started doing this. So I'll just Let this happen for a few minutes, and then we'll mess with the screen and the settings a little bit more. Oh, and I'm feeling compression around my shoulders now too. Oh, even my lower back, and even I feel it like on my butt. Yeah, I've never had a massage oh, I literally feel it on my butt now. Oh my gosh. Oh, this really works everything. All right, so now it's time for round 2 of the massage chair, and this time we're gonna go over all the different buttons it has, the different modes, and then eventually I'll get to the app itself. So first things first, again, to turn it on, simply press the button, and this puts it in automatic mode. And I'm also gonna start to recline back little by little. And now as far as buttons go, there's going to be a lot. So in total, there's going to be 24 buttons here. So there's a lot of features to go over. One of which, of course, is going to be the power on, power off. And another one is going to be the lock. So first things first, when I press the lock button, it makes a beep noise. And then this prevents me from accidentally changing the mode. So you can kind of consider this like, like child lock. And the only way to get out of it is to simply press it again. And there. Now I can press a different button. And as you see here, something happened. You see back up, back down. So let's start with the next button, which is going to be manual, which is going to be on the upper left-hand corner here. And it's going to switch automatic mode to manual mode. And when I click it, you see right here, it's H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6, and then back to H1. Now, when I switch it to these different modes, it lets me control different things. Like right now, I'm on H1, and when I press width, I'm unable to change the width. I go to H2. I can't change it. H3, this is where this little icon shows up, and I can change the width. So there's this setting, and this setting. So there's 3 settings. When I go to H4, I can still control it. H5, I can still control width, and H6, I can still. So only H1 and H2, I can't do that. Now let's go back to H1. Now massage strength, this is pretty self-explanatory. It depends how hard they need. In this case, I think it might correlate to the speed in a way too. So right now I'm in 1, and you can tell because there's this little bar at the bottom here with 1 little dot, and I press it again, there's 2 white dots, 2 white dots plus a green dot, and then a blue dot, and then a red dot, and this is going to be the highest strength possible, which it's really going at it right now in my upper back. So if you don't want it too intense, yeah, definitely don't go for the red part. So actually I'm going to lower it a little bit. Let me go to green. And now air massage auto. This says all airbags worked automatically. So when I put my hands in here, yeah, I can feel that the airbag is already pumped up. And let's see if I press it again. Yeah, and if I press it, everything starts to deflate, and you can tell it's happening because there's no little bags around the body. So when I press it again, you can see the white. So this means it's going to be in my feet, in my calves, in my arms, and on my shoulders, the width part. Now air strength. This correlates to how hard you want it to push it. So right now, it was currently at 2 yellow, a green, and now it's a blue. So it's going to be even stronger. And then once again, if I press it one more time, this is going to go to red. So this is going to be the strongest possible. And it's very tight that I can't even fit my arm at the bottom here. Okay, when it loosens up, I can fit it more. Yeah. And personally, I'm a fan of the compression, so I'd probably put it at this level 5 strength. And now we have massage up and massage down. And when I long press it, it manually controls where the massagers go. So if I want the massage to go upwards, I just hold it. And there. Now it's going up. And then same thing as down, I just hold it. Hear the beep, and now the massage heads are going to go down. Now let's go to the right side, and we have back up, back down, and this is going to correlate to the position of the seat, so the different recline levels. So if I go up, the seat goes up. So in other words, I'm going to be more straight up, and back down, I just recline more down. Now massage area, this is going to adjust the massage working area. And now fixed, it says to adjust the fixed position of the massage manually. I'm not really sure what it means by that, but I do know when I press 0G, it just puts me in 0 gravity position. In other words, I just recline all the way back, which is pretty cool. And then let me press it again, see if it brings me back. Yep, I hold it, and this time it brings me back all the way down. And now we have foot. So this is going to turn on or off the foot rollers. So currently it is on, but when I press it, it turns off. And you can tell right here at the bottom that the little red things disappear. So the 2 reds are there, which means the rollers are on. I turn it off, the rollers are off. But personally, I like the rollers, so I will leave this on. So that's about it for these first 16 buttons. But now at the bottom, we have these 6 different massage programs. Relax A1, Chinese A2, Thai A3, Recovery A4, Strong A5, and Sleep A6. So there's a little blurb in this manual of saying what each of these do. So if I go to Relax A1, it says it eases tension and stress, promoting a state of deep relaxation. And let's see what happens when I press it. Let's see how all these different parts adjust. All right, so right now it looks like it's starting with the compression, and we could tell that just because when we look at the body, all we see is white. And there is a little bit of some action going on in the back. Not necessarily the rollers, but just more like little punches. And it's going all the way up my back. And you can tell currently where it's at simply by seeing the blinking on and off lights. And it can go all the way up to my neck. And I can do that simply by lifting this pillow up, if you could see. And then it gets on the side of my neck. And I can just push this all the way back. So this is if you want the full experience. But if this is too much, you can, of course, just put the pillow back down and just rest on the pillow. All right, and the rollers are also on. And now let's go to Chinese A2. So this starts compressing me too. We have the rollers, the kneading rollers going on in the back. And it looks like this is going to be full compression based on this. And this says it's supposed to incorporate traditional Chinese acupuncture techniques to stimulate energy flow. Now, time for Thai A3. Yeah, so for this one, I'm not really seeing a big difference. All I feel is just some kneading rollers in the back and then the compression all over my body, although now it feels like it's loosening, at least for the bottom half. And what this is supposed to do is to stimulate traditional Thai stretching techniques to enhance flexibility. Now let's go to, ooh, that feels really good in the lower back. Yeah. Now let's go to Recovery A4. And this is supposed to promote muscle recovery and relaxation after exercise. And it's slowly starting to compress me. Also, I think my feet feel warm for some reason. Oh, and now we're slowly starting to increase the strength, as you see here on the left side. It's like little poundings on my back. Not the kneadings, but again, the poundings. Now let's test out Strong A5. And this is supposed to deliver a robust and intense massage, perfect for those seeking deep muscle relief. And this is where the rollers start coming into play on my upper back. And then Sleep A6. Let's go. So Sleep A6 is supposed to promote deep relaxation, making it easier to fall asleep and enjoy a peaceful rest. Okay, so now it's like vibrations. Yeah, I will say, if you're trying to sleep, these vibrations might distract you a little bit, but nonetheless, it still feels nice. It's not like very intense. It's just more like, little punches that make you vibrate back and forth. And now that I'm saying that, I realized I missed out 2 of these buttons over here, which is going to be heater. So now my bottom half is going to be heated, and we can tell simply by looking at this over here. And then another one too is timer, so how long we want this to go on. And this is going to adjust on the right side. So right now the timer is set to, let me check. I think that's 30 minutes or 20. No, now it's 25. Now it's 30. And then it goes back to 5. So in increments of 5. So 5 minutes is going to be the least. And the record massage time, according to this manual, is going to be 1 hour or less each time. Alright, so now it's time to go over the app. So I downloaded the Real Relax Smart app off the App Store, and I connected the massage chair. And when I click on it, here's what we get. So before I can actually start using this app, I can't press anything. That's because I have to turn it off. And it says scanning, please wait. And it's also putting me in a zero gravity position, what looks like. So I'll give it a few moments, and then we'll go through this app together. All right, now it says long press to adjust position. So target location, so let me just, oh, I guess it, yeah, I guess everything is set now, and here's the menu we get. So right off the bat, we can pause the timer, pause the chair, and everything just stops, play it again, and I can also mess with how long this occurs. So right now it's currently set to 15 minutes, so now it's at 12 minutes 45 seconds, but if I press the plus button, we increase it, and it looks like the next level is 20 minutes, so it doesn't go 5 minutes from what it's currently at. And this is the same as on the screen itself. But for now, let me just decrease it to the least setting, which is going to be 5 minutes. And there, now we're at 5 minutes. And now at the bottom, we can control a few things, which is going to be the airbag, foot, and massage. So in my opinion, I like the airbag set all the way high. It's just compression, it's just pressure, so it doesn't really hurt. Same thing goes with the foot rollers. They more so like tickle your foot a little bit, and it feels pretty good. There's no, it doesn't feel bad, so I like going all the way high. But when it comes to massage, I learned that if I go all the way too high, it becomes a little bit too much, especially around my neck area and my head, which is why I actually have this pillow on. Others, if I don't have it on, it'll be a little bit too powerful. And then same thing goes for my bottom. It'll just feel like too powerful for me, so I'll keep it at half. And we can also turn on and off some features. So for example, airbag is currently set on, but when I press it, there it goes dark and airbags are off. And we can also see on the little animation on the calf, on the arm, and on the shoulder, those airbags are much lighter. And then when I press airbag again, you can see they darken up. And the arm is currently blinking on and off, and that means that one is currently inflating. So they're working on that. And then similarly, I can also turn on and off the foot rollers. So if I press this, foot rollers turn off, press it again, foot rollers turn on, and you can also see that little gear icon at the bottom, which is going to signify a roller. And I can also turn on heat. And if you see on my back, it's currently light red, but when I turn it on, there you can see it's much darker red, meaning that the heating mode is on. And when I go to zero gravity, this puts me in a reclined position that is zero gravity, and this is going to be my favorite. Let me bring this a little closer. Yeah, so this is a good position to be in. Now going all the way at the top, we can mess with the different massage modes. So right now, if I press this one, this is going to be relax, which is A1. Then we have Chinese, A2, Thai, A3, recovery, A4, strong, A5, and sleep, A6. And that's about it for this automatic mode. And now it's time to go to manual mode simply by pressing the bottom right and manual. So right now, it's currently at the massage mode. And I can choose between 6 different massage types, being knead, knock, slap, shiatsu, knead and knock, and knead and slap. So let me click knead. Yeah, so knead just literally feels like thumbs or something in my back going back and forth from like near to my spine all the way to the end. That's kind of how it feels like. And this is pretty intense too. And let me go to knock. So just like before, knock just feels like little punches all over my body. And it does cause me to vibrate a little bit, as you see, like I'm going back and forth a bit. And then slap. Slap, I mean, it feels very similar to knock. Now let's go to shiatsu. The shiatsu is just going up my back, just in a steady motion. It feels like it's parallel, so there's nothing going back and forth. It's just up, and then it'll go down eventually. And now let's go for knead and knock. Oh yeah, now it's on my neck and my head. And again, this is why I keep this pillow, because it's going to be way too strong if I take it out. Oh, and it feels very powerful on my shoulders as well. And now let's go for knead and slap. And this feels more like gentler vibrations compared to knee to knock. And the other thing we can do is change the position of these of the massage. So first let me go to a massage like shiatsu. There. It's currently in medium setting. And when I go to narrow, the shiatsu literally just goes a little bit closer to my spine, so it becomes narrower. This is going to be too close together, so medium is perfect for me. And I could even go to wide, it just goes a little bit further out. And by the time it reaches my upper back and my shoulder blades, it just hits more of the outside of my upper back too. Now, I think my favorite would probably be either wide or medium. I'm liking wide personally, so I'll keep it at wide. And now let's press this button here, and this is going to be for compression. So I can have shoulder, arm, and calf turned on or off. So currently everything is on. Oops, press the button by accident. And then if I press arm, arm is going to start to deflate, and I can feel it deflating. And then calf, yep, I can feel it deflating too. I can also hear it. And then same thing with shoulders, although shoulders was already deflated. And there, now it's inflating, and you can also hear that going on too. Now when we go to the bottom, this is going to be the position of the recliner. So currently, if I click zero gravity, nothing's going to happen because I'm already in zero gravity. Oh, actually, it looks like I'm going to go all the way to the original position. And when I click zero gravity, I'll go back to zero gravity. Or I can just make small little adjustments just with this slider. So if I want to be like halfway, I can do that. If I want to be very close, I can do that too. But in this case, let me just go full zero gravity since this is my favorite. And now let's go to this last one here. And this lets me target different areas. So from bottom, hips, waist, back, shoulders, and head. Or if I go to area, full, below, and upside. And let me go to upside. Oh, please select a manual massage mode first. Alright, so I figured it out. So in order to choose one of these, I actually had to go to this massage setting and choose any one of these here. So I chose need. And when I go back here, I can change where the massage happens. So if I want it on my back, I click back. And the massage head slowly start going to my back. And if I want my hips, keeps going down all the way to hips. Or I can just target a certain area. So if I just want my full upside, it'll stick to that. Below, it'll stick to that. Or full, it'll stick to full. And yeah, that looks to be about it for here. I can press the back button and it'll bring me back to auto mode. And when I want to turn it off, I can either press this button here, or press the button on the screen, or press the button, the actual knob itself, which is going to be right over here. I actually meant hold the knob and then it turns off. So I forgot to mention the speakers, and to actually connect to them, we have to go to Bluetooth, scroll all the way down until we find Real Relax, and then I connect that and put the pin 9999, which is said on the manual. And when I put some music and I laid back, it felt kind of odd because it kind of sounded like I had big over-ear headphones. The quality was decent, but of course, dedicated headphones such as my Sennheiser Momentum 4 or even my AirPods sounded better. And also on this side, we're going to have a USB-A port so you can charge some things while using the chair. Now besides that, there was a few things I didn't like about this chair, and one of which being this cable over here. This cable just feels kind of awkward. At first it was like this, so putting my hand inside, I couldn't really do this. I had to slide it in like this. So what I end up doing is just taking the screen off and then twisting it so that it'll more appropriately go like this. And there's no real pretty way to put this cable. I mean, it's going to show up, it's going to dangle here. I just wish maybe there was a better way, but at least it doesn't interrupt this here. Another thing that was a concern is going to be the bottom part, and that's going to be the legs. So I guess this depends on how tall you are. For me, in my case, I'm 6 foot, and sitting on here, I felt like I was at the maximum. When I did go in zero gravity and I pushed my feet down here, it was in a decent position, but I felt like I wasn't getting the full compression just because my knees were big. So when I did sit down, my knees were still up here in comparison, if that makes sense. Another thing too I noticed is going to be the armrest. So you have to be very careful sitting down just because right over here, there's going to be a hole here. This is for your arms and you can't really grab onto this. This is going to flex. Now, I don't think this is going to break, but if I do put all my body weight, this might bend more. So when sitting down here, it's best to, approach it like this with your feet like a wide stance, then kind of grab down here and sit down, or maybe grab on the side like this rather than putting the hand here because this is going to be the natural position. And then when one gets up, same, just put both feet on the side. Don't exactly put pressure here, again, because you're not supposed to, and then just get up. And despite those things, I'm still happy with this massage chair, and I'm really excited to start using this a lot more. And I know my mom and dad are going to like using this too. But yeah, that's a quick unboxing and first impressions of the Real Relax Favor 6 massage chair.